You hear it? Noise central, people. Oh yeah. It's not actually that hot today, but what the hell, why not, right? Got both the reams running. That one just shut down because it's cool upstairs, so we got that running. Pool pumps running. And the sun cord inductors are doing a great job. You can just barely hear them. I'll shut them off. Back on. So that's pretty awesome. Garage update. You can see one of the workbenches, which I set up. It's got its little light on it like I showed in a previous video. And the light kind of just barely lights up the backboard here, the pegboard I should say. But the light gets brighter as it's been on for a while. I just turned it on this second. The drill press will be another video. I will do a review of that. And Harbor Freight forgot some of the peg hooks I ordered. So they just sent me that kind. So I love that. And this space here with the ladder and these buckets and stuff like that, this stuff is just here temporarily located until I build the other workbench. And it's kind of hard to tell, but it just doesn't look like it's going to fit. But I measured, and not only will it fit, but there's going to be like 3 inches to spare. Boy, I'll tell you, it's pretty hot in the garage considering in the house. I want to add AC to it, but a guy can dream, right? Ultimately, I'd like to get rid of that tan big container there and put the air compressor there going sideways, so then you could actually sit at the workbench, because I can't use this corner on account of the pump there. By the way, if anybody knows anything about irrigation pumps, well pumps, shallow well pumps, anything about that, let me know. I want to try to find somebody to replace the pump and get that running again, because yeah, I know I got to run electricity to get the water, but I'd love to do it just to say I can do it in case we have a water outage, which I did have once. It was interesting. It was a water main break actually, so for the one time that happened, I don't know, but it would be nice anyway to cut down on the water bill. It would be a prime spot for an air conditioner. It almost looks like there might have been one there. But actually it's sided over on the other side, and that was the AC kicking on. That board is there because from what I understand, there used to be a window there, and that's why it's all framed out as such. A small window, maybe a slider, I don't know, but that was probably covered over when they sided the house years ago, and they just put the wood there. But I wouldn't mind if a big unit is sticking out the back of it, because what the hell, I mean, I certainly have enough air conditioners here that one of them ought to fit. Buried way in the corner there is a 220 volt unit that would actually be perfect to go in there, because I'd rather have too much BTU in the garage, because first of all, you got a high ceiling, so the heat builds up top, and secondly, it's not very well insulated. So for how long I'd have it on, you know, I wouldn't just run it just to run it, but it would be nice. Just saying. So if anybody knows how to do that, or wants to come and frame it out for me and put the shit in and that, I can get the electricity run to it, that's no problem. So, you know, leave me a comment, something like that, and hopefully we can do some business. And I figured out what that little box might be that's dangling off of there. Best I could surmise is the opening that's there in the wall. Before the house was sided, they may have had an old school box on the outside, and the 2 wires coming out of it that are just capped off may have been for a switch, and this pump was probably hooked up to that, because there is a faucet or a spigot outside. So that may have been what that's for. One other interesting electrical thing I figured out in the garage is this switch here, which is for the lights, as you can tell. And you'll notice in the down position it's on, in the up position it's off. And I could never figure out why. Like, did they actually, you know, put the switch in upside down? Well, if you look, it's not marked. It doesn't say off or on. That means it's a three-way switch, and that makes sense. Because somewhere buried in this corner, I don't even know, I can't even see it now, but there are two switches there. And one seemed to play with these lights when I had access to it a while ago, a long time ago when I moved in. And the other one didn't seem to do much of anything. But that brings me to yet another switch on the wall over here, which also doesn't seem to do anything, which the best guess I would have, since this is the back wall of the house here, because in through there is the dining room and that was an addition that was put on, you know, many, many moons ago. But that may have been for an outside light on the back of the garage that's no longer there, and it's just capped off somewhere. So that's what I figured out with the electrical stuff in the garage so far. But I still have no idea what it actually controls, if anything. And the one over in the other corner here, I also have no idea what that controls either. If your lights go on and off when I play with that switch, let me know, because maybe it's tied into it somewhere. Anyways, in the meantime, we're waiting for Matt and Alex to show up. And we're going to make barbecue. I'm making my famous or infamous London broil in the famous Hormel sauce with salad and stuff, and we'll have video of that later. Alright, take care for now. Fixing computers in the living room with Matt and Alex. Yeah, this is that new school shit. It's hooked up HDMI only and all that, and it's got fancy, crazy Gumby Gold desktop backgrounds and all kinds of stuff like that. And we're trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with it. I know the overscan is off. I'm not even concerned about that. We're having a big storm, so that put a little damper on my barbecue a little bit, kind. Although the water is beating off nicely from the wax, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, in fact, we got so much rain that the water came all the way from outside through, and it creeps under the table and works its way over here, and now it's puddling up here, and if the rain doesn't let up, it'll eventually just flow right out. So I don't know, it just likes to do like a Noah's Ark kind of thing on me, or whatever. Oh, it's lightening up now. Is it lightening up any? Okay. So yeah, the red means bad, and the RAM is shown as a 2 gig, a 4 gig, a 4 gig, a 4 gig. That's not correct. They're all 4s. Something's fucked. And something's fucked real bad. Not good stuff. And it's failing on different tests as well on each chip. There's something really wrong. It's good to know that when you spend that kind of money on something, it still doesn't work. So just become a hermit or something. That's really all you can do. So this is how it could be. I don't know, I kind of like that light up there. I don't know if I'm actually going to do the... I still didn't clean the lens. Let me do that. Okay, that's better. Now you just get a lens flare from the light. Good. Alright, anyway, like I was saying. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm actually going to do the mercury vapor discharge bulbs. Because when I originally bought the one that I have, they were like 30 bucks, and now they get over 100 for them. So I might just go for these Fakakta compact fluorescent, like outdoorsy kind of things. Because these can be had for like 30 or 50 bucks or so. And I don't know how much the bulbs cost, but whatever it costs. These have a mogul base, as they're called. They're larger than a standard bulb. So that's the lighting situation right now. So I'll leave this one for now, and I don't know. I'll get the mercury vapor one and see if that does anything. Maybe I'll hang it just from the thing just to see. So for like nighttime, this isn't actually too bad with that big fluorescent and the two, these are 100 watt bulbs, which you can't buy anymore, and the light from the garage door opener, which are 75s maybe, I'm guessing, I don't know. So anyway, with that, and then the little bask of the fluorescent on that. That's fine. I read some people wanted to upgrade those to, you know, like little shop lights, 4-foot shop lights, which you could do, because the bench is 4 foot, so if it's a little smaller than that, it should fit. There's all kinds of different stuff you can get for it, but whatever. So, anyway, maybe I'll make a review of that pretty soon. Only a bit dark in that corner, you know, over up there. Not that there's anything really up there except some old wire, which I have no idea what it actually is. I can't even tell on the camera, so I don't know. With the door closed, it doesn't seem to make that much difference. It's a little bit better, but whatever. I'm just still thrilled that I have like this walkway in the middle. It's just amazing considering what this garage did look like. The loft is put together using old doors, but that's what was there, so whatever. I didn't even see that all these wood pieces just started hanging over the shit here, but I guess that doesn't really matter. I have no idea what that is. I haven't the slightest clue. There's stuff in here that I still haven't uncovered in this corner. I mean, I got my broom, a couple of rakes, another couple of brooms, a couple of pieces of PVC pipe, and my swirl-on brush up there. If anybody recognizes that, they don't make that kind anymore. And that still works pretty well. I had another idea. I have an old box fan in the back, in the graveyard as I call it, and the grill on it has been steadily falling apart for years. And this year somebody just kicked the fucking thing in and it's just shot. So what I was going to do was dismount the handle from the top and mount it right just to the left of that light bulb there, facing the back of the garage, with no grills on it, and just have that with a couple of drywall screws and washers up into the beam there, and that'll be a fan. And that'll help a little bit. Of course, the right thing to do is to take it out of the box it's mounted in and actually just mount that with the, you know, down, so the blades are this way, so it kind of acts as a ceiling fan. But you know, that's just getting crazy, and then I got to come up with my own mount and all kinds of, it's no good. So anyways, yeah, coming along. And what am I going to do with these benches? I have no idea. I figure I could put a computer or two on them, work on that when I do that. There's plenty of storage of junk underneath. This is all here just temporarily located. I got the spare tank there for the air compressor, which is right next door, and the stop and shit basket is filled with all the air tools. And I got a box of Harbor Freight goodies and a box of barbecue parts, because I fucked them over on their warranty shit. I had enough of these little adapters here that I could theoretically just put the fan there and just tap it right off the light. You know, just with a stupid plug like that just to do it. And then I'll just put one on that so it doesn't look out of balance. Although, there is an outlet right there. But you know how my luck is going to be. The cord for the fan ain't going to reach all the way there. And then having to use an extension cord. And it's just, everything's going to get dicked. And I do have a smoke detector in here, although it's actually a heat detector, because you shouldn't really have a smoke detector in the garage. So I have that in here too, so that's wired to the whole alarm. I guess I could just ghetto rig an air conditioner and just plug it in and let the heat go out the back and the cold come in here, and when I need to cool off I'll just stand in front of it and do ghetto that way. And then of course you're going to say, well Jay, why don't you just put it on the ground and close the garage door on it? Yeah, I thought of that because I just told you about it. I don't know. But whatever, they're here. So, I haven't figured out what to do with that. But, like I said, a guy can dream. And when it gets cold out, I mean, obviously in the dead of winter, I don't think I'm really going to be out here much. But, for the you know, cooler parts of the year, like the fall and that, I have a space heater out back also I could bring in here. It's electric. But that is my only plug right there in the corner. Right there. You know, not counting the Fakakta box, which I'll fix, but it's no, actually that probably is on a different circuit, so whatever. Ultimately, ultimately the game plan, if I had my druthers and I could just do whatever I wanted, is I would run new 15 amp service or even 20 amp service right to that outlet there, and then I would run probably a good 40 amp 220 or 240, whatever, over to here and put the big AC I have in the corner there through the wall, but that's never going to happen either. So after I get a new line run over here, then you bring it up and go across, have it drop down to an outlet maybe about here or over here, probably more here, and then one right inside, right behind the broom right there, which obviously will be moved as soon as I get rid of all this cardboard and all the shit under that. So that way you need to plug something in, there's going to be a convenient outlet right inside the garage, and that will work nice. But, oh, there's also a belt hanging there. I have no idea what that's for. It's just been there, and it's there, and it'll continue to be there, because I have no idea what it's for. I probably had seen it before, but never thought much of it. I don't know if it's dried out or not. But there's a lot of oddities in this garage. That's alright. Oh, that thing shut off because it timed out. I'd love to be able to get more access to the loft up here, so I can kind of get in the back of it, because it goes, that deep. So, see if you see that way. So it's kind of hard to get at that. And now, especially with the workbench here, it's like, how am I going to get to that funny pink bag? That has a bunch of copper elbows, I think. Like not quarter inch, half inch or something. 3 or 5/8 inch, whatever the fuck they use. I don't know why they're there, but they were. And a pumpkin for Halloween and that. So anyway, I don't know. And ultimately, again, if I can get this row out and put it against this side of the garage, against these cabinets, then what I'll do is I'll take the table here, take all this stuff off, lay it out, see what's still good, see what's not any good, throw out what's not any good, and keep the rest, organize everything, paints together, solvents together, etc. And just do that. So that's probably another day's project in itself, but there's too much junk here that we got to clean up before that's going to happen. So yeah, a lot more work to be done, probably in the next 10 years or so it'll get done. Anyway, so that was the evening for today. I just spent too much time working on Matt and Alex's computer there. That thing's dicked. That should not be failing like every fucking RAM chip. That was wretched. It was absolutely wretched. There's no reason for that. Oh, one last idea for the garage. Up here, that wire is coax, which I had run out here. It goes down and through the wall somewhere. You can kind of see it there. And into the basement over where the coax is in the basement. And that way I could have TV out here. And yes, as crazy as it sounds, I will spend the money to get a box to have out here, because I can. And I was going to mount an old school 19-inch CRT TV from about the 1970s, 1977 or so, up on that wooden bracket thing, wooden piece that's up there, plank, whatever you want to call it. And I even have a bracket which is up here. It's hard to see. There. That's meant for an old school CRT. So I wanted to mount that there kind of like angled down, you know, and that way it would be kind of awesome. Not that you really could see it from out here. Well, maybe out by the street, but even so, not that you could really see it, but you could hear them spinning the wheel on Wheel of Fortune. And I'll just be sitting there with the big door open on a nice night like this. People be walking by going, oh fuck, that guy's got that shit all sewed up. Yeah, that would be fucking awesome. Anyway, enough babbling bullshit with Jay. I gotta build the other workbench, obviously, and put it there, and find a home for all that stuff, and then start cleaning up more. Probably before I get to that, I'll end up doing this pile of shit. And this is just a table full of tools, and actually maybe it won't be so bad because I'll get all the peg hooks up and I'll lay out all the tools I have up on the benches and in the drawers on it, which I didn't show in the other video, but it has 2 drawers. Not that it's anything to write home about, but anyway, I think that's it for the night. So anyway, thanks very much for watching another long drawn-out video of babbling bullshit with Jay. I do appreciate it. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.